Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Future Figuarts. Last time we took a look at Jiren the Grey, and in this episode we're going to take a look at probably the only figure that could be paired with him without question, and that's your boy, Ultra Instinct Goku. Can I just start off by saying that although we have enough Goku molds in existence to stock multiple Walmarts for ages to come, I think that if Tamashii does this figure exactly right, it could make just as big or even a bigger impact on the line as Awakening Goku did. Now, having said that, Ultra Instinct is of course Goku's newest form, almost as if it was a state between rage and serenity where he's intensely focused and driven by the heat of battle. Anyways, let's get into it. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen the Tournament of Power arc from Dragon Ball Super or doesn't know who Ultra Instinct Goku is, you've been warned right here. First off, I think it's a bit obvious at this point that the base, if not the entire sculpt for this figure, would be taken from Awakening Goku. Now, while Ultra Instinct Goku in his several appearances throughout Omen has kept some pieces of his shirt on, I think it would be best to remove it entirely for UI Goku, as at least other than the head sculpt, this would help distinguish the figure from Awakening Goku as well as the rest of the army of Gokus we have in our collections. On that note, I think it's time we got some scuffs and scrapes going on the figure. With Awakening Goku as sick of a figure as it is, it looks even better with battle cuts and bruises like he had in the anime. And while UI Goku isn't as battered, despite being pummeled even more than he was by Frieza, I think this would be a definitive look for the figure. I mean, his first appearance was in the Tournament of Power in an all-out battle royale. Having a pristine figure just wouldn't justify that, now would it? Okay, so let's carry on under this assumption that we get both Omen and Mastered Ultra Instinct heads for the figure. For the Omen head, I think the paint shading has to come back. I mean, they could leave the hair all black if they really didn't feel like doing anything extra, but let's be real, the figure would probably still sell. But I think a midnight blue tinge needs to be included on parts of his head sculpt, particularly around the edges of the locks of hair, because this would catch light just right so it looks like it has a glow around him just by using regular lighting. And then maybe glaze the very tips of just some of the locks with a faint white. Aside from this, the hair sculpt obviously has to be different than base Goku's, and I'm sure they won't have any trouble not seeing that as well. Now for the eyes. Now the eyes in Omen are different than in mastered forms of UI. With Omen, the eyes are almost more primitive, showing a killer instinct kind of vibe, and to do this I think implementing what they've been doing with the 2.0s thus far will get the job done pretty well. In terms of the color of the eyes now, while I know they're silverish in the anime, silver will just not work in real life. Instead, I think a gray with a hint of a pale blue would be perfect in giving it a silver appearance, but still not making the figure look cheap and ridiculous with silver metallic eyes, and having more of a pop to it than just the light gray. And I think UI Omen eyes took a page from the Super Saiyan 4 books because they look fairly similar in style. Now for the mastered UI head, here's where things get tricky. They have to do the shading right here, otherwise this will look just like Vanilla Ice Cream Goku. Let's take a look at a couple customs here and try to really nail down what would be the closest look to the ideal mastered UI head sculpt. First up is Fairytale Customs. Now I think the coloring is very well done here and it's very close. The only thing that I might change is the sculpt of the hair. Then again, the hair is constantly flowing in this form, so it's pretty much fair game to whoever's making the figure. Now for this statue by Marty Japan. While I know this is a much more detailed, non-articulated statue, I think this hits the mark very close as to what I would expect for a mastered UI Goku head sculpt. Lastly, we have this random picture from a sale on eBay. No question, the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta is definitely not the route we'd go, but I think most of the UI Goku is pretty representative of what we might actually get in Figuarts form. Of course, it helps that the Figuarts are ready, but you know what I mean. Ultimately, a variation of a platinum white with a hint of silver is probably the best way to go, and if you look closely, there's a tinge of blue lining on the artwork as well. We probably won't see this included, but if someone were to make a custom and pull this off right so that it catches the light and makes it look like an aura, damn. Okay, so with Ultra Instinct, most of the time Goku is sporting the stern face, but sort of with a twist. We see two different colors in the eyes, much like Super Saiyan 3. More specifically, the iris should be gray while the pupils should be constricted and black, and this should be the case for all Omen faces. And we can see through multiple action shots that Goku doesn't really deviate too far from this look throughout Omen's appearances. Now another face I think would fit with the Omen head sculpt is this face here. Tamashii, you've always seemed fond of including sideways glancing faces in the past with Goku and especially Vegeta. I think now would be the time to make the move and include one here for Ultra Instinct Omen Goku as well. The ability to recreate this shot here just fits perfectly with the character. The last face I think might do well if included is a yelling face. Despite Goku's more focused demeanor, he does show this expression from time to time, so why not? Okay, so for the mastered head sculpt, I expect to see a stern and focused face as well. However, one notable difference with the mastered is the eyes again. The same colors are there, but the entire iris and pupil are larger, almost giving them a hyper-dilated, stoned kind of look. And if the attention to detail means anything, this is what we'll see on the head sculpt. Other faces I would imagine seeing are the teeth grit face and the yelling face, of course, but most of all, I want this face right here. This face is unlike any other Goku face we've seen released in Figuarts form. I mean, it's borderline Goku Black looking, and it would be awesome to have this as part of the figure. Okay, so in terms of accessories, I think again, like Jiren, maybe an aura effect would do well here. However, Ultra Instinct's aura is probably extremely difficult for them to do right on a Figuarts budget, and might do better as a separate release. But what I do think they could do is a separate Spirit Bomb accessory of some sort. It doesn't have to be the whole thing, but maybe just a portion, just to pay homage to that first Ultra Instinct transformation as seen in the 1 hour special. Now, this is just for laughs, but how about a new Kamehameha charge effect part? You know, for grinding purposes, maybe throw in a mini board. I'm just joking about the mini board. Nothing else really, just like Awakening Goku, if they do a well enough job on this figure, then nothing else is really required, man. Alright guys, so Ultra Instinct Goku, we all know he's coming sooner or later. However, with the recent reveal of the new movie teaser, I wonder how this, and if this, will affect Figuarts releases. Hopefully we see some older characters finished up before the new movie characters, but that again, you never quite know with Figuarts. So will you be picking up Ultra Instinct Goku? If they smash this one out of the park, I will, but straight up, I'm getting tired of seeing Goku's overcrowding my display. Anyways guys, thanks for watching another episode of Future Figuarts, and you know what I say, I hope the best of your todays are the worst of your tomorrows. Peace.